Welcome to Awesome Code. Please subscribe to my channel. In this video, we will learn about defining a class in Python. Our class definition begins with the keyword class, followed by the class name and a column. Let's see how to write our class definition, class, and our class name, customer, and the column. This line is called the class header. The name of our class is customer with a capital C. The style guide for Python code recommends naming classes with a capital first letter. And if you have multiple words in the class name, each individual word be capitalized as well. The column over here is required to introduce the body of the class definition. Inside the class definition, the first line of code typically be a docstring comment. So I'm going to add that one. This will be a very simple one for us. Customer class for customer information. In other object-oriented programming languages, we have a constructor. And the constructor typically has the same name as the class and is used to specify how to initialize object of the class. But in Python, rather than a constructor with the same name as a class, we have so-called special method. It's called init, and it's preceded by two underscores and followed by two underscores in the method name. This is the method that we define to initialize object of our class. Let's see how to write it. This will be def and two underscore and init, and then two underscore. Then we have self name email and a colon. This method starts with the keyword def, and it is a method header, and it's end with the colon. And then we have the body of this method definition, and it is indented underneath the header. So over here we are defining this new init method. Then we are going to create the instance variable for this class customer, and also we have this is a self reference. The init method has a first parameter, which is by convention called self. This is going to receive a reference to the customer object that's get created when the user of the class say, I want to create a new customer object. And then inside of the init method, we can use self to do things like create instance variables. And we are also passing these two other arguments to our name and email, which we are going to use to initialize the instance variable of our class customer. So we are going to use a self-reference with the dot name, self dot name, and now we are going to set it to the name, and then we are going to set the email by using self dot email is set to the email. Now when we self dot inside of the class definition, like over here, and specifically inside our this init method definition, we are saying is for the current object being created, go ahead and add to a new attribute called name and assign to that attribute, in this case the local variable name that was passed into the our init method. And the same thing we are doing with our email too. And this is just the end of our init method. And now we are going to create a new object, a new customer object using a method init. So let's see how to do it. Customer one, and here is customer, and customer name such as Tom Green, and customer email tom at somemail.com. This creates a new object, then initializes its data by calling the class init method. To keep on learning, please subscribe to my channel SM Code. Keep supporting me, and thank you for watching.